This is the ZowieTek ZowieBox. This is a device that allows me to stream and to record right onto the box. I'm going to actually be putting it into one of my systems to actually do something a little bit different in recording. We're going to unbox it, we're going to set it up, and we're going to see if this is exactly what I'm expecting it to do. Next on Geekazine. What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put Into Geek. You can find me over on geekazine.com, youtube.com/Geekazine. Like, subscribe, comment, bell notification. You know the rest. So this is, once again, this is the ZowieTek ZowieBox. It's actually a pretty cool box here. Let's look at some of the specs here. It's 4K HDMI video encoder and a decoder. It runs NDI HX3 compatible. It's got UVC, so if a web camera has UVC capability, you can plug it in there and then use that for HDMI as well. It's got video capture inside, so with a card or external hard drive as well. RTMP, NDI, and SRT feeds are accepted, which is great. And of course, you can do mobile control. What that means is if you have a phone, desktop, or tablet, you'll be able to connect up to this thing and run it from there through an IP address to control it remotely. Quick disclaimer here, I did purchase ZowieBox with my own funds. Nobody's sponsoring this video, and all opinions are my own. I have a review section over at geekazine.com/review where you can find out all of my policies and procedures. So check that out. And if you do have a product that you want me to review, contact me and we'll get it in-house and take a look at it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this really quick. So we'll go ahead and open this up. What we got? First of all, quick start guide. We'll have to read through that. We got a USB-C to USB-C cable. Not sure what that's rated at for the cable, but there that is. We've got we got the box here. Let's take this out. This is the unit right here. We'll just set this to the side for now. Then we will go ahead and pull this out. This is a mounting screw right here. And then I'm guessing this is the plug for the unit. Yes, it is. So we'll go ahead and open that up. There's the plug itself. And of course, this plug is rated. This is a 5-volt, 3-amp plug. So you want to keep this as close to the unit. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's take a look at the unit itself. So we'll pull this out. Boom. There's the ZowieTek. First of all, we have, this is the top, nothing fancy. On the bottom, you will see a fan spot. So very important for you not to block this area. We do have a simple mounting screw for a tripod or anything like that. So you'll be able to mount it up. I'm surprised there's not a second tripod mount on there, but that's okay. You just basically can put it on an extender or something like that, set it off to the side. We'll be putting it into a case, so that's important. In the front here, we have a little LCD display that we will find out a little bit more on once we turn this on. We'll go to this side right here. Right here, what we have is an HDMI out going out to a capture card or something like that. We have a standard USB-A. I'm not sure the speed of the USB-A. We have audio in and we have audio out. Underneath there, we do have a vent. So even with the fans, we're doing some sort of airflow here. So once again, make sure you're not blocking this area. On the back, right here, you'll see a little hole. I'm not sure if that is a reset or maybe a microphone, possibly. I believe this is a tally light. And then on this side, we have our Ethernet. It is PoE+, so you don't need the plug if you've got a PoE router, but you can plug it in if you want to. This is the HDMI in. We have USB-C here. I'm not exactly sure if that's just a power USB or if we can plug in like an external hard drive or anything like that. So there you go. We've got everything here. Looks fairly straightforward. So now we just have to connect it up and take a look at it. All right, before I plug it in, I do have to mention that this is not a power in. That confused me because that was a USB-C plug there. This is actually power out. So if you've got another device that can chain up to this, then you can plug it in there. They don't supply the cable because of course they don't know what cable they'll be supplying, but this can then send out to something else. Let's go ahead and plug this in and see what we got. Instantly I heard the fan spin and we got the ZowieTek right there. Tally light is turned on. It's a white light right now. So what we're going to see eventually is we're going to see the IP address that we can use to remote into this thing. And then we'll be able to do that. We have an IP address. It's telling us the CPU is at 31 degrees. That's cool. There's no buttons back and forth, so I can't toggle to that other screen. I'm guessing that it's going to, yeah, it's just going to be toggling back and forth on here. It's telling me that it's got it through DHCP. It doesn't have any disk space in there. But once again, if we plug in a drive, we should be able to go. So if that is the case, then what I'm going to do is I am going to go like this, and we're going to go to the IP address in question. It's asking for a login. I don't know. Let me see. It's just admin. There we go. And right here, we're seeing this. We're seeing nothing, so I'm assuming that this is going to be the screen. So we should probably plug in a camera into this to see what we've got here. Just gonna turn it on to do that. There we go. Let's refresh this. There we go. Look at that. So I'm just using my Sony camera here. So we've got it plugged in. As you can see, we've got Ethernet, we've got HDMI in. We could loop it out through the other end here. If you're using this like something for gaming or anything like that, you should be able to do that without a problem. We don't have tally light on it because we haven't set that up yet, but we still have the encoder information right here. We've got some features over here that I'm assuming if we have a PTZ camera plugged in here, we can get some control off of it through the NDI. We got lines up here, one for live, I'm assuming for streaming, the next one for recording, and then finally OSD right here. Let's go over to the settings. Settings says we have about 44% memory. We have the signal source at 2160. The camera goes to 4K. So, and then of course we can choose that DC out. That's that plug that I was talking about. If you need to plug it into another camera to help it out here. It says the CPU is at 11%, so it's fairly low. That's great. We've got our IP address information here. Wi-Fi is off. Not sure if we have a Wi-Fi on here. There was no mention on that. I'm guessing the plug Wi-Fi USB in here to get it to work from there. Internal status is says ping, and that's succeeded, and our LAN status, they're going to ping that, and that's succeeded. Awesome. We're going to discover by hitting scan, and we might see some NDI come in here. Nope, there's our ZowieBox. There we go. Our camera tally enable is on, and the tally mode is manual, although I am not seeing a tally light right here. We can see our video main stream is working at 1080p. The secondary stream is at 720p. Our video out is at 4K, and our audio is on, so it's capturing audio as well. So we can set the streaming and everything like that. So the settings look good. We don't want to log out right now. We can change the language up here. I think this just takes a picture of the screen, which is pretty cool. Let's take a look at the camera. We saw the PTZ up there. So we can say, if this is a PTZ camera, then this is the IP address and how to connect up the PTZ. Tally light, we enabled the tally light, and we got the mode. We got auto. We've got manual. We've got tally. Up there, the tally light just turned on, and then gaming. And what that did was actually do this. It's just doing some fun colors back and forth. Next up, video. We've got input. Right now, we've got an HDMI input going on at 4K. I'll bring it in like this. Boom. There we go. And then we'll refresh again. Now we're seeing 4K. Let's go to the encoder. Our main stream is H264, but it looks like we can do 264, 265. And then the resolution of the primary and secondary stream, if we have a primary and secondary stream right here. We can do output format of 4K, and we can do the loop out, which once again, you can take that HDMI cable pass through on here. So you could watch through a monitor or something like that. And then OSD, we've got no canvases. We can watch the live video. So you see me once again. We can actually add some canvases to that. So audio, since it's pretty straightforward. Streaming, local streaming, we can send up an RTSP to another device. We're also supposed to do SRT. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Live, we can add from here. It's like YouTube seems to be the only option on this. So we could say YouTube, and I believe, yeah, we can just delete that and add it once again. Or we could do RTMP or RTMPS options. But I thought we also, oh, there we go, SRT. We got enhanced RTMP and SRT options. So we have several different options. We just need to have the URL and stream key. Record. There's no disk in here right now. Once I put an SD card or whatnot in here, we'll see some place to record. NDI. Now, this we enable this, and this will be shown as ZowieBox 15321. I could bring it back, so I could definitely use this as a push from a camera to another encoder of some sort. And we can change some of the information here, network and system and all that other good stuff. All right, network. We have a LAN option. We can create a hotspot, which is great. We can set up Wi-Fi here, but I'm not exactly sure. Oh, here we go. Turn that on. Yeah, we will need a USB Wi-Fi dongle. Will probably work on that, or tethering your phone or whatnot. All right, we got all the port information here for the Visca, for the RTMP that we'll need. MDNS is right here. We can add a NAS, which is interesting. So I'm assuming we can record to a network area storage item. So that's a great addition right there. We can set up a theme, light or dark, English, and then of course the device name we can change. Our working mode is either an encoder or a decoder. You notice how things just switched around a little bit. You know, I think video just showed up right here. Let's go ahead and go back to decoder. Audio has disappeared. Audio is the only thing that shows up and disappears from here. Our NDI is activated. We got user management, so you can have more than one person logging in here. Set the time for this, easy. Default, we can restore it. We can do the upgrade. I guess I'd have to find the upgrade here. There's no direct upgrade option. And then of course the log file to tell us if there's anything wrong. All right, we got one more test here that I'm going to show you. This is the NDI from the ZowieBox, and this going through the pass-through back into the computer. Now, it's showing at 1080p. The Blackmagic is seeing it as a 4K device, so it is doing full pass-through in 4K. So let's say you just want this camera to stream out to wherever, you can definitely do so, and then maybe send it to another device that will be recording in 4K or passing through in 4K. So it's full 4K on that, and as you can see, there it is right there, coming in through the camera, going out into my capture card, and once again, it's pretty seamless. As we'll just I'll just basically switch back and forth. We'll even half it right here. So you're seeing half from the NDI, half from the camera there. All right, so I've got this running and it's going perfect. Let me show you. I'm going to try and squeeze this over here. Let me show you how this worked. So as you can see, we've got the encoder going. It's at 2160p30. And to keep in mind that in order to do this, it will downscale to 1080 if you run 60 hertz on the monitor. You have to go into the advanced settings and change it to 30 hertz if you want the encoder to record at 2160 30 hertz. So we've got that going. Temperature is doing pretty good. We've got an external drive hooked up to this thing. So as you can see, it's got the IP address. We've got everything set up. We're good to go. And this is what the end result looks like from the encoder that's passing through via NDI. This is what I'm working on. So basically I have 4 cameras. I have the main camera, I have the over-the-shoulder camera, I have the overhead camera, and then I have a 4th camera over here. This is just for test. Ultimately, when I go out and I record some bands, the idea is to take these cameras and have the ZowieBox record 4K in this 4-frame split thing. Now you might see a little bit of delay on there. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's the NDI that's doing that, but the box will be recording just fine. The whole point is that I can take this box and have 4 cameras record to this in 4K, each box being, of course, 1080p. And when I bring it back in the end, it will be 1080p, but they'll be imperfect sync. So let's say we do have a small little glitch. There's no time code on these cameras. So this is gonna act as the time code. I'm gonna have 4 cameras on one computer, 4 cameras on another computer. And then of course, this box is gonna be recording it. I'll be watching those 4 cameras from one feed that comes back, just like this one that's in my mix here. So now, if we go back here, now what I can do in my software here, all I have to do is go to the record area and flip this toggle to say start the record. So I'm going to start the record, and I'm just going to move my hands around so you can see the whole thing in the end here. We're going to only do about 510. You can do a lot of different settings to get it to where you want it to do. And the best part is that encoder thing. I got to show you that really quick. We just recorded that, but we'll go over to OSD here. Now, what this area is if you're live streaming from this box, you can add a lot of features to it. Like for instance, you can add a scoreboard, you can add text, you can add graphics like a logo and a lot more. So this can become your overlay. It will allow you to put, your graphics, your logos onto the video. So when it goes up to like a YouTube, then it's already on there. I'm not using that part, but it's a really cool idea. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the recording. And then we're going to go here. And now I see we have a recording, a .move file. And we're just going to hit the I here. And there is me doing that. And of course, it's going over the network. So it's just a touch bit choppy. But from here, I can download this. It's a MOV file. And it is about 17 megabytes per second. I would like it to be a little bit more than that, but it's perfect for what I need to do. And what I need to do is just basically record 4 cameras that are on stage without having to have HDMI cables, which I could do that easily, but without HDMI cables going through the same network that I was going from here. And then I could actually take those cameras and still do a mix from my computer, or just record 4 in the back, 4 in the front, and then for post-processing, just bring it all together. And that's what I'm going to use the ZowieBox for. So there's a lot of functionality with this right now, and I can't wait to test it out. Once again, this is the ZowieTek ZowieBox. With many different features. I didn't even try the encoding to NDI. There's many different ways. Like I said, you can do SRT, you can do NDI, HDMI. There is an SDI version of this box that you can easily get as well. Definitely check that out. And of course, ZowieTek also has PTZ cameras and other devices to round out your live streaming, your video work or whatever. So, all right. Well, that does it for me for this episode of Geekazine. Thanks a lot for watching. You can find me over at Geekazine, geekazine.com or youtube.com/Geekazine, where you can like, subscribe, comment, bell notification so I get my wings. And of course, you know when the next video comes out from me. So thanks a lot again for watching. Until next time, you guys geek out and stream on using things like the ZowieBox from ZowieTek. Zowie.